Assalamu alaikum everyone, my name is Shifa Ijaz from CEO Club Pakistan and we are back again here today with another episode of Coffee with CEO. Assalamu alaikum sir.
Thank you very much. Welcome salam.
कैसे हैं सर आप?
बेहतरीन बिल्कुल ज़बरदस्त.
Sir, can you please tell your name, designation and company to our audience?
Yes, so my name is Gohar Rahman and I'm the founder and CEO of N-Smile, which is producing invisible braces and exporting to more than 32 countries worldwide. And we have our manufacturing unit in Lahore, Pakistan, and currently we have opened a large-scale manufacturing unit in Portugal. Thank you.
That's excellent, sir. Sir, can you explain to me 3 core competencies of a CEO that are very necessary?
I guess the core competency of a CEO, in my perspective, is that he needs to be a good decision maker.
Okay.
I guess if a CEO or if any, for whatsoever reason, like a leader who is not good in decision making, so he is not a good leader or a CEO. So that is number one. Number two, I guess he should know how to delegate the power to his teammates. So delegation of power is very important for a CEO. So the reason that the CEO is not there in the company to do everything on its own, he should know how to, let other managers or other chief or operating officer or, other people to do their work properly. So that is number two. And the number third is like he should not be money focused. Like what I have seen in my experience as of now, that all the big CEOs around the globe, they are vision oriented or vision centric, not money centric. So to summarize this all.
Excellent, sir. Sir, do you think leaders are born or leaders are made?
I truly believe that leaders are made, and it requires a lot of practice of the mind, and that I've experienced in my own life as well, that your brain is also a muscle, and however you train your brain can, take that shape or become that kind of existent into, your professional life as well. So to answer your question, so I guess like that it can be trained into, in order to become a leader or a CEO.
Sir, what is your recipe of success?
So my recipe of success is that I started early in my life. So that is what I would say, like this was the first kind of thing which I did good. Number two is that I was always having vision in my mind that I have to do business, and I would stick to that decision regardless of whatsoever reason or obstacles or circumstances would come. And number third, I wouldn't say that I'm successful, but number third is like right now, still, I never sleep on my bed thinking that I'm successful. Right now, even right now, I believe that I am nobody and I still have to achieve a lot of things. So I guess this is in life, people would start thinking of you as a successful man, but in your mind, you are not at all that. Okay. So with this thing, like I'd like to say one, this quote or this thing as well, that a lion is the prettiest when he's hungry. So, you would never like a lion who's, lazy and who's like full on his tummy or something like this. So, yeah.
Sir, who is your role model, your inspiration?
I guess I've said this before as well in some of the interviews before, that my father, like for many children, their fathers are their role model. But for me, I guess my father has been and still now is my role model. And I look up to him. I would not have been a businessman if it was not to my father or something like this.
So your toughest decision?
I guess my toughest decision recently has been that I've moved out of the country. So I studied from England, I studied from Harvard as well for small time. But now that I've shifted now with my family to Europe, I guess that has been my toughest decision so far. And it took a lot of time and a lot of, the things to decide on.
So are you happy with the quality of fresh graduates that our country is producing?
Unfortunately, no. And no.
So what would you like to see in them?
Yeah, so that is what I have mentioned before as well. I understand that there are some things related to money as well. Like money is very important in life. Like you would not live that life which you want to without money. But we start thinking about money, and our vision ends to money. So I guess what I'd like to suggest them is that they should not be money centric and more vision centric, and they should be thinking more, and whatever they think they can become. They always think of money, which is not a goal, so they become nothing. So
And so what is the role of artificial intelligence in your field of work, and what do you see the role of artificial intelligence in the future as well in this line?
Yeah, 70% of our business of making aligners, it is artificial intelligence. So we are producing or we are planning all these teeth aligners on the softwares, and it requires AI and softwares and IT on a great deal. And in the future, I guess most of the jobs or most of the things would be diminished by the AI kind of tools. So it's a controversial kind of a subject. So as it is good,
Definitely.
so it is little bad as well in a way.
So lastly, a message of hope and optimism for the youth of Pakistan.
The message of open optimism.
Hope and optimism.
Hope and optimism. Okay. So I guess I keep discussing it with my friends as well and with my co-workers and my colleagues that we still have this hope that Pakistan would still become something prominent in the world. And as I have left the country, but still I would say that I have not left the country in a way that I am doing business there. So still we have our factory here and we are exporting to more than 30 countries. So what I would tell the young graduates or the young people of Pakistan, that start looking for the problems in Pakistan and try to bring the solutions for those problems. And while that they would be solving those problems in a business kind of a way, they would be starting getting the money. So Pakistan has a lot of opportunities, a lot of problems which we can finish, which we can work on and try to make a business study or business case out of those problems. And if they do that, so investment, finding investors, going abroad, having their relations in abroad, it's not a problem if they have a good idea and implementation in their mind. So I guess think getting the money, try thinking of exports, try doing some foreign exchange kind of businesses which would be beneficial for them as well in the long run.
Thank you so much, sir, for your answers.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It was lovely. Thank you so much.